One of the J. Cole shits when he's talking about climbing up the mountain and with the stick and all of that other shit, that's the reference that Kendrick made. It's a double entendre on the stick. Of course, he's not talking about the Andre 3000 stick and the J. Cole stick. He talking about the other stick.
Oh, no, you was on Rap Gene.
He was doing cycles. Clicking on the little white dude reading the explanation.
Hey, maybe,
all right.
You do work at home on the pod. Damn, nigga. Analyze the stick.
Of course, he's not talking.
Still no question.
My fault. I didn't mean to have the Joe Budden podcast on. I was trying to set up my fucking thing. I have to move the tabs. So automatically opens up the tabs. Test. Okay. See y'all in a few. Sorry. See y'all in a few. So sorry for the Joe Budden podcast in the background. I can't. I'll explain in a second. Okay, I have to move my camera, so let's just do this real quick. I think we Gucci like this. Oh yeah, we're fine. Holy shit! So, 1 second. Let me start the live on TikTok, so I can have enough credibility to actually go live in the future. So, okay. So hi, welcome. How we doing today? I was whoever's in here, just let me know if I sound good. I still probably sound like a bitch, but I'm not talking about the tone of my voice. I mean whether or not the sound is picking up well. Whether or not something else is going on in the background. Hopefully not. Either way. So I was just going to make a cup of coffee. And then I realized that my shirt was really wrinkly. And then some trauma hit me from the past. I don't know if this is just due to where I'm from, or if this is actually a universal experience, but a fear came through my mind, basically, which was, if I wore a wrinkled shirt on stream, someone would hit up the stream and be like, yo, he's looking for you. And I would be like, who? And they'd be like, The Iron. And I was not about to take that chance, so I took some time to iron my clothes, and that was a little bit harder to do because I already let the boys out. And so I had to like monitor the iron while also making coffee and also making sure they weren't like, getting on the bed or messing around with the cables, with the one plug for the iron. But we're good to go now. I got some water. I got some coffee, as is tradition, in my little one-piece mug at that. Hey, wait for it to center in. Is that okay? Yeah. My old roommate got me this mug, along with a super fake Luffy figurine. But that's neither here nor there. All right, so I just spent some time closing the door, and I'm pretty sure Bippy's about to come through and try to pry the door open. Because now that he hears me talking in here, he's going to want to pretend that he doesn't want to be around me, but he's also going to want to be around me. So expect that door to crack any second. Okay. Hi. How ya doing? So, wait, what happened? What am I doing? I can't read the text of any notification that pops up on TikTok. So, if I just happen to get banned or disconnected on TikTok, so be it. Either way, had to dress up for this stream in full costume because I haven't been spoiled, but to my knowledge, this is going to be like based off last chapter, is going to be the climax of the God Valley flashback. So we all suited out. I even put on pants. I put on pants today. Look at that. We got the pearls. Hold on, we got the pearls here. I even put on my boots. So that means I've got like 30 minutes before it gets way too hot in here. And I'm covered in sweat. One of them's playing with I have a bunch of Amazon boxes outside. I guess the boys are playing with that. So, in case you hear something in the background. So yeah, this is probably gonna be the climax. So I got in full gear. I've been wearing the fuck out of this cosplay. Let me tell you. I still haven't really sewed on the button. I broke a button on one of the sleeves here, but it's cool because I don't wear the coat like an actual coat. I wear it like a cloak. Either way, what do you call it? Yeah, love this cosplay. Assembled this for last Halloween, not the one that just passed, but the one before that. Me and my lover went to Japan for Halloween. I debuted this there, and funny enough, I ran into King of Lightning dressed up as Black Goku, so that was a very nice surprise. That kind of made the night. There's a picture of me just smiling, like ear to ear. And then I kind of just been adding to it over time. So I don't normally wear the watch, the Casio watch, but I feel like, might as well. It's a special stream. But everything is pretty much 1-to-1. You saw this, the yellow sash. I even have the Ace sword up here. But I'm not gonna reach up and get it because then that would expose all of my stomach, which I'm not trying to do right now. But yeah, been adding to it slowly. Just before I first wore this costume, My girl directed me to what do I call this? A silver shop or like a jewelry shop. That's in Shibuya, Shinjuku. And so I got these rings. Hopefully, yeah, there you go. So as you can see, we got an anchor and a crown. Sorry, let me put this right here. I happened to find both of these rings in a little shop the day before Halloween, I believe. So I got my Pirate King on. So now I just, I kind of rock with it like that. The other one, the skull is probably the one that well, let me go through them in order. I got this this very, very fake gold one at, I think, North Carolina Animazement. And I'm pretty sure I got these 3 rings there as well, which is like just the standard bands. Why did I just take them off to show them to you? If I could just look at this. Look at my hand. Sorry, I didn't show it to TikTok. So we got these guys here. So we got Pirate King going on. And then we got just some regular bands because it's my right hand, so I usually reach into my pocket with these. So I like to keep this kind of clean. But then we went to the Renaissance Fair this summer or last summer, and I picked up the last 2 rings, which is this fuck off skull, which is just it just seems appropriate. You feel me? You have to have a skull. And then to top it all off, same spot, same exact vendor, picked up a Kraken, which is like, I know it kind of goes against what I was going for my right hand to keep it clean. But it's a fucking Kraken, you know what I'm saying? And it's adjustable too, so I could probably like pop this on to like anywhere else. The only fingers that don't have rings now are just my thumbs, which I'm not really mad about. It would be nice to have like some cool thumb rings. But I haven't found them yet, so that is my one piece. So yeah, this is the cosplay that you will probably see me in whenever there's like a how Jay puts it, a suit chapter. If there's a very special chapter coming up, or like, I get wind that the next chapter is gonna be super duper hype, I will put on the cosplay, and then hopefully I have my Yuha Bach cosplay by the time Bleach rolls around, so I can cosplay in that for some of the reviews and some of the reactions. Either way, yeah. Sorry. Oh, I have to apologize also for the startup here because what do you call it? Also, if you're in here, like the stream. When I had the starting soon screen on, we had a technical difficulty where the Joe Budden podcast, or a clip from the Joe Budden podcast, was playing, and I think because I had rewatched, or I had like just had it in the background because of autoplay yesterday when I was doing dinner. There was like a clip from when Like That came out, the start of like the Kendrick and Drake beef. So I like let that rock in the background, and then I guess it autoplayed, and I just didn't click it off. So when I turned off my computer yesterday, it just shut everything off. So when I opened everything back up today, I went to go move the entire window, and I guess I only moved one tab, so it autoplayed whatever was on the next tab. So I didn't realize that. So apologies. No, we're not super duper Joe Budden fans. I was just reminiscing on the only time that I ever watched that podcast, which was for the most memorable rap moment in my entire life, probably. Aside from me releasing my first mixtape. But, neither here nor there. I am pissed, man. Oh, hi. Hold on. I'm getting a co-host? Hold on. Can I decline? I just want to kind of like, I kind of want to do this stream first. And like next time I stream, like this is going to be my 3rd stream for One Piece. Hi, how's it going? Haley, how about Aliana? Whoever is joining, hi. So yeah, I'm just trying to get my 3rd TikTok stream out of the way before I start like co-hosting and whatnot. Just so I can, figure out how the hell this thing works. Because I tried co-hosting with NYC Anime Nerd. It wasn't possible because that was literally my first live. So let me get my licks in. Damn, those videos about how quickly people join and leave were not kidding. Either way, yeah, I was pissed off, man. I stayed up till 1 a.m. last night, waiting for this chapter to come out, and then I was scrambling because now I had no content to release in the short form. Like I had no shorts to put out, and so this morning I like scrambled real quick and went through like my last stream or my last video, found a clip because I didn't want to put like another JD Legend short out. I feel like I skimped enough off of this person. So I was like, all right, let me just find something else from this video. I found a nice little clip. While I was editing it, I was like 20 minutes away from finishing the edit and posting it. And then I refreshed TCB and I'm like, this shit came out 2 hours ago. I spent like 2 hours on this. So yeah, either way, let's jump into it. One Piece chapter 1165 titled Echo. We have another cover request by Machi and Takeshi. Beppo peacefully sleeping using Zeus as a pillow. I'm not one of these YouTubers that is gonna like look heavily into like the cover requests, because at the end of the day they're requests. Like the only time I've ever looked into a cover request even slightly was I think 2 chapters ago, where it was basically an advertisement for a zoo. Like he took a cover request from an actual zoo, and I was like, oh, that's what's up. He probably chose that zoo specifically either because he's been there and he's liked it, or because he wants to support it, and this is like a nice little bump in popularity for them, which is pretty cool. Okay. Moving on. Oh, editor's note. Author's note pending. So TCB is kind of late on stuff. Not going to really give him too much shit for it. These people are working hard just to give us a chapter hours early or a couple of days early. So, you know, it's whatever. So, Rocks versus Roger and Garp. Oh, shit. My notification for my post signaling this live just came up, and I was like, what just happened? Rocks versus Roger and Garp, please. Please kill me. And you hear that too. Garp confirmed to have voice of all things. Roger confirmed to also have, well, he's also been confirmed it, but like he's confirming that he also hears the same thing as Garp here. Does Roger have a mini mustache? Is Roger growing hair right now? Is he gonna grow his facial hair in this battle? Or am I looking into things too much? Either way, you got the please kill me. You got Garp chilling there for whatever reason. I'm not gonna give him too much shit on it. But you've got Rocks and Roger both winding up with their Conqueror's Haki flowing out of their swords, out of their armament swords. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, Garp is just chilling there though. I feel like one of my mustache hairs is now in my nose because it keeps tickling my nostril. Maybe my nose hairs are just really long and it's time to trim them. So Bai? I don't know what this hiragana is. The one on the right. I think it's Bao. Okay, so we got another charge up of the sword. His words, the way he's acting, and that look on his face. Foosh. None of it adds up. So we got a two-way clash. It seems like Garp is charging up here. Yeah, Garp is charging up for a punch. Lands a square in the face punch on Rocks. All right, so it's gonna be an easy battle if they could just continue to do this, to just spam this move here. Oh no, where did my Streamlabs go? Yeah, sorry, Streamlabs has to be in the center here, so I can know what the hell I'm doing, right? You know what? I'll do this. I'll put YouTube here. I'll put Streamlabs on the left so I can see it a little bit better. It's easier for me to look just down at this screen here. Just a quick little scramble over here. 1 second. Yeah, the live is still on. All right, cool. So Garp punches Rocks dead in the face, and I think they're just now figuring out. Oh shit! Roger has the Roger's got his hat on. Oh, there's also no delay on TikTok. That's pretty cool. Damn, I'm looking brolic in this thing. Yo, if I look good this stream, if my chest looks amazing, it's because I've been doing 100 push-ups a day for the past 3 days. So we're feeling it. We're feeling it out here. Shout out to that one TikTok item that I purchased, which was the push-up thing. Not the machine, but like the flat thing with the bars on it. You could like readjust, like work out different parts of your body. I've been using that. My shoulders have been on fire. My back is now a little bit sore because I use the back function. Okay, so square punch in the face, serious punch from Garp. Barely moves Zebek. You can see like his foot kind of like move back a little bit. And then he lets out an insane burst of hockey, which blows the both of them away. You've literally got him smushed in between the two. I love this panel here. This is great. I might use that as the thumbnail for the review. I've already found a review thumbnail. How's it going, Janet? Yeah, so half of God Valley is Dunzo Bonunzo. Yeah, one of the boys is trying to come in now. Watch the door. The door is gonna open up. If you don't realize it, this is a door right here. So you're gonna see it move in just a second. Let him have it. You got it, Bippy. I think he gave up. Okay, it's whatever. Usually Bippy just like pries his way in, and then even when he opens up the first door, a little bit enough to get through, that's not enough for him. He'll still push himself against the closed door and yank the door all the way open. Okay, so now I give Big Mom and Kaido a little less shit for not realizing, or even Whitebeard too, for not. Oh, there he goes. So that's the first. That's enough for him to get in. That's enough for his little head to get in. Now he's going to continue opening it up because that's just how he is. He has to prove his strength. So yeah, I give Kaido, Big Mom, and Whitebeard a little less shit for last chapter, not realizing that Garp was under some demonic control, even though it should be very obvious, because you've even got Garp and Roger still kind of like unconfirmed. Oh my god, it wasn't Bippy. It wasn't Bippy. Come here. It's Chippy Chopper. Hi, say hi to TikTok, Chippy Chopper, and hi to YouTube. How you doing? Damn, Chopper, you're strong. I didn't realize you had the power to push open a door like that. How you doing, buddy? Say hi to the stream. This is Chop Cheese, also known as Chopper, because it's easier to call him Chopper, or Chippy Chop, or Chop, whatever you prefer. It has nothing to do with what he prefers. Look at his little belly. Yeah, he's very excitable right now because he sees all the shit on my desk. That's how these guys get. They can climb up here whenever the heck they want, but they seem to only like be excited if you bring them up here yourself. Otherwise, they'll like make their way up here like once a week. Chopper, though, while I was cooking the other day, was heavily invested into the dining room table, which he knows how to climb up to now. He's trying to climb my leg currently, or he's trying to climb inside my boot. Heavily invested, so I had to pull him off of the dining table like 4 times, and eventually I just threw him on top of the our bed in our bedroom, and he was like, "All right, whatever, I'll chill up here," and he fell asleep. Okay. So yeah, I give Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Kaido a little less shit now because I guess it's a little less obvious to people. I think everything is obvious, more obvious to the reader. But if you put yourself in the shoes of people that are on this island in real time, maybe it is a little more like, I didn't know he had that form. Why is he attacking us now? Oh wait, something else is off here. And then eventually it's like, oh, maybe that's not one of his forms. Maybe that's just something, that just happened to him. And we're assuming it's a form of his because obviously none of these guys have ever fought rocks like to the death, and this is a kind of a to the death situation. You feel me? Like the stream though. If you join in here real quick and you're about to leave, just give me a quick like. I hate asking for that, but that's what we got right now. I have the TikTok now. All right, double page spread. Oh, we got. Okay, damn, bro. The feats on this man. So, 2 chapters ago, I believe, we had Rox split like a quarter of the island by himself. Last chapter, we had him, and I guess also Whitebeard, split half of the mountain that is on God Valley. And now we have him splitting the sky by his damn self. And this random marine is just like, what just happened? The sky is splitting. We've got to get out of here or we're going to die. Let's steal the ship and get off this island. Oh, there's Silver Axe. Jesus, huh? What about Rox's ship? Dumbass, no one's going back. The Rox pirates are history. And Shiki's laughing? Shiki's happy about this? Why is Shiki happy about this? I wonder if these guys are in the same area. I want to assume they're in the same area. But we'll see. Vice Admiral Garp, can you repeat that? I said, get every survivor and Marine you can aboard that ship and cast off immediately. This is going to be the second time, or I guess the first time chronologically, that Garp is willing to sacrifice himself for some Marines. Shout out to being the hero. I guess that's how he got his hero name, right? Like, these Marines are not going to see the totality or the conclusion to this battle. They're just going to know that Rox is no longer a thing, and that Garp got them off the island. So maybe that's why he becomes the hero. Maybe he becomes the hero of the Marines not because of propaganda or Sengoku or world government propaganda or even like what the hell is this guy's name? Big News Morgan's propaganda. Maybe it's all just through word of mouth through other Marines that were there that day. Which would be way cooler, honestly. Vice Admiral Garp, can you repeat that? Yeah, okay, so Roger, what's going on over there? I love the duality we always get. Like, every time we always get Roger and Garp's, like, you know, crews and, like, reactions with them back to back. Roger, what's going on over there? Get underway. The instant Rayleigh's group is aboard. Wait for me at sea. So Roger's going to just fly over there. I'll make it back for sure. We got both of them here. Both on their transponder snails. I love how... So they've already kind of, like, taken the breath last chapter to be like, all right, we have to actually do this now. We have to get rid of this guy. And now this chapter, they're like, oh, it's way more serious than we thought. Yeah. Don't wait for us at the coast. Get the hell out of here because this whole island might go down. You feel me? Which is awesome. I love that for them. I'm looking Aki right now. Jesus Christ. Sorry, I'm not gonna be a narcissist for much longer. I guess the position. I guess my angle today just has me looking bigger because my last time that I wore this, I didn't feel wide. Rox and Roger, I came to this island to catch the pair of you, but look how things panned out. Well, all I wanted was to save Shaki, grab some treasure, and bail, because none of them knew anything that was happening. Want to call a temporary truce? And they're both very banged up already. That one shot from Rox sending them flying, has done this to them. And I love how it's always the three of them. Wait, was this the last chapter too? Or the last page? We had Garp on the right, Rox in the middle, and then Roger on the left. You have Garp on the right, Roger on the left, and then switched off. Well, we still have Garp on the right, Roger on the left, and then Rox in the middle for the wide shot. But for this like temporary truce, now it's switched up for whatever reason. But I guess that's because we have to read it and we have to read Roger's lines first. Otherwise, we'd probably see it again. Can't say I'm thrilled with that idea, but can't just leave him be. Yo, hold on, my pause. How's it going? Reba. Yeah, if I keep putting on the YouTube voice, I'm gonna throw my voice really quickly. So eventually, I'm just gonna settle down. All right. Okay. Yeah, I really liked how calm I was in my last review. I felt very relaxed. But I was also like 1 a.m, so there's no willpower in my body to put on a more cartoonish voice, which I don't do intentionally. Like, my voice heightens up even without the cameras on. I have to like be in a specific state to talk as calmly as I did in the 1164 review. Hey, Rox. Got another swing. Got another wind up here. Oh, okay. So Garp dodges an attack. Oh, and then we got Roger here behind him. Okay. Flawless effort. This form, this curse. Can't we undo it somehow? Wake up. Okay, so they're going at it with them, but they're still like in the realm of like, we don't want to kill him. Which just goes to show, man, look how friendly it was back in the day, 38 years ago. Look how friendly the pirate world was. It wasn't like everyone just holding on to power and like being a dick to one another at a complete stalemate. Everyone was just kind of like, yo, what's good? Haha, I'll take your treasure if I can, but like, we chilling after this. Maybe that's why Shiki's like so happy-go-lucky. We're so happy about the Rocks Pirates being done, because it's not like, oh, this is the end of Rocks, this is the death of Rocks. This is more so just like, I don't gotta be tied to this guy anymore. Cool, I can go do my own thing. Hurry, Roger won't stop fighting till he's sure we've escaped. It's strange, this hockey. Nice ship. If you don't mind if I tag along. You don't mind if I tag along, right? Oh, it's Gloriosa. Gloriosa. Where the fuck did Gloriosa pull up from? Alright, whatever. You listening, Kaido? Consider this as a lifelong debt. Consider this as a lifelong debt, is what I think it's supposed to say there. You'll pay me back one day, mark my words. Don't be stupid. You lost fair and square, Lin Lin. Oh, sorry. I thought this was Whitebeard. This is Big Mom talking to Kaido. Don't be stupid. You lost fair and square, Lin Lin. Now watch. I'm gonna start a crew where brutality is the only law. This feels like this feels like Kaido's reading the script. This doesn't even feel regular. Like, this is like the most contrived part of. Sorry, this is the most contrived part of God Valley. This moment right here. Which is like, oh, Oda realized a couple of chapters ago that he did make Big Mom say that she gave him the fruit. And now he retconned it, so now he has to unretcon it in a way that kind of keeps both things true. Consider this a lifelong debt. You'll pay me back one day, mark my words. That's Lin Lin coping, or that's in universe. This is Lin Lin going, I'm coping. I refuse to believe that you got one over on me. So I'm just gonna let you say that you caught me off guard, and that I basically handed this fruit to you because I found it anyway, and you followed me. So technically, I delivered this fruit to you. And Kaido's like, no. So this is probably why they fought for a whole day in Wano, truthfully. But out of universe, this is literally Oda just going, fucking forgot about that real quick. Sorry about that. Let me just use the eraser tool real quick. And then the dumbest part here is, now I'm going to start a crew where brutality is the only law. Like, I get it. There was setup. You know, when Kaido mentioned, like, just bring Harold to heal if you're really worried about him. Or really want his fruit or whatever. And, you know, that first moment that we got Kaido. And Rox was like, yo, dude. Fuck that. That's my boy. Sorry. Now I'm very concerned about the fact that only one of these things is showing. Okay. Yeah, it just feels really dumb. I'll finish the scene before I really pick it apart. You've grown bold, haven't you? But you'll never be able to beat me. Lin Lin, what are you doing? We've got to go. Load up the treasure. On the way, I'll come to collect what you owe. I'll crush you when that time comes. Okay, so this was literally set up for their fight at Wano. But it feels very contrived because they both just got hit once by rocks. And they were like, yo, we're out. We don't want to figure out anything that just happened here. Oda had to put us on this island for the hype. But he has to take us off because we cannot be involved in this fight, or else it'll spoil it for the reader. This will kind of like sour it for the reader. And then now I was wondering, like, I jokingly asked last chapter where Streusen was, and now we know. We know exactly where he was at. Let me just very quickly. And then now I was wondering, like, I jokingly asked last chapter. Sorry, I had to check to make sure I was not echoing again, because that did happen once. And I'm very worried about that all the time. Okay, so Streusen, Big Mom, Kaido, and now Gloriosa are all accounted for. I think Gloriosa is holding a chest here, maybe? Either way, she's here. So whatever. So that ruined the theory that what was her name? Previous queens of previous Kuja pirate captains. What were their names? Tritoma. Yeah, everyone was like, damn, Tritoma's going to come back and she's going to be Luffy's mom. She has to pull up to like get Gloriosa off the island. And the secret to that ended up just being, no, she's going to roll with the Roger Pirates out of here. Like, okay. Which I guess makes sense, honestly, because you already had Rayleigh saving one of the Kuja, but you also have Rayleigh saving Gloriosa. Like, I don't know. Either way. You broke the mountain, didn't ya, Newgate? Who are you? Looks like your crew's also breaking up. The name's Graham, captain of the Polo Pirates. Polo Graham. Okay, so the guy that we saw a couple chapters ago that everyone was like, looks exactly like Marco, is probably Marco's dad. Huge. Huge for the community. That is like the first time I've ever seen the community guess something or like really be suspicious of someone and immediately like correctly call them out as to who that person was, or that was an immediate spin for a community theory. It was also pretty obvious because he looked exactly like Marco, but like that could have just been like in our experience, that could have just been Oda using a similar character design to fuck with us. It could have gone nowhere easily, but now we've got Polo here. And this will explain how Marco ended up on the ship anyway. So it seems like Whitebeard's his family is just collecting orphans. Or adopting orphans. I'm a big fan. You need a ship, right? Let's join forces. Buzz off. Don't get in my way. Hey, where's Newgate? Don't ask me. Calm down, Dragon. What do you think you're doing? Oh, we got Dragon Scene. Me? What about you? You condone this? Oh, Dragon's pulling up. Bring those survivors aboard. We're saving them. And if anyone's got a problem with that, I'll execute them. Yo, Dragon's about his fucking business this chapter. That's what's up. He snapped. He didn't snap and be like, I'm going to be in depressed mode now and I'm not going to know what to do with my life. He snapped and was like, yo, fuck all of this shit. I'm doing things however I want. If anyone has a problem with it, they could get clapped, which is awesome. Because these bullets are not tranks. This won't end well for you, Dragon. Bring it on. He's ready to fight the world right now. That's what's up. Young Rebellious. How old is Dragon at this point? How old is Dragon? One Piece. Dragon is 55. He was 17 at the time of God Valley, which makes sense why he's so hot-headed. A 23-year-old Dragon would probably be a little more tame about this, a little more strategic with how to do this, but yeah, teenager Dragon is like, yeah, I'll fight the world right now. This won't end well for you, Dragon. Bring it on. Where are you going, Rayleigh? Gabon? Don't follow us. Sail the boat out to sea and wait. Okay, because they also plan to get off this. That island never existed. Is that clear? West Blue. So Imu just upped and vanished? Imu didn't even like want to see the expulsion of the Davy clan? I guess because he had to get Saturn off the island. So I don't know, man. Again, some of the like, so this is what I said last chapter. The Rocks, Roger, and Garb fire. I have all the hopes that it's going to end well. Like the biggest part of this, which is this fight, is going to end on a good enough note that it'll put like a nice little bow on the flashback itself, or at least the God Valley portion of this flashback itself. But all the smaller details are kind of annoying. Or I was scared last week that all the smaller details would not add up very well. So I think the big word, or not the big word, but the big repeating word here, or the phrase that I'm going to continue to use for this is contrived. Because why would Imu leave? Why are Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Kaido just ready to dip? because they got slapped once by Rocks. Like, okay, whatever. The records kept by G11 and CP6. G11. G11 is Garp's crew, right? Sorry. I looked up G11 Marines and actual Marines came up. A Marine base located at the very end of Paradise on the island Hajimari. Hajimari is a spring island under the control of the Marine base G11. The island is located in the Paradise. The island contains a long bridge that eventually leads to the island itself. It contains a rather large tree. Within this tree, the G11, one of the most dangerous and oddest Marine base in the world. Who operates the G11? Okay, so the G11 is known as like a crazy base, but was raided by Ace. Okay. But it's at the end of Paradise, so maybe that part is what we're supposed to keep in mind here. Concerning the top secret, level S. Special mission on God Valley. Concerning the top secret level S special mission on God Valley are sparse. I guess that's supposed to say something like information on this special mission is sparse. The names of the participants on the human hunt were purged. Little is recorded regarding the site of the incident God Valley. Do I read the top left? Information regarding the island's whereabouts, size, and population were also purged. The number of causalities remains unknown to this day. Did you know the government had ties to that black monster? Seems like an affront to justice. I'm with you there. Okay, so we got some convo between the two. If you want to leave the Navy, you should join us. Hell no. If I quit, who'd protect the Marines? Who'd look out for the little guy if I quit? Yo, shout out to Garp, bro. That's what I'm saying. He's absolved of all crimes, all accusations, all slander, all libel even. Garp is cleared, man. He's got one mission and one mission only, to look out for the little guy. Look out for the majority here. Holy shit, there goes the second half of God Valley. I didn't even realize that the other half of the mountain was cut here. Jesus Christ, man. Okay, so God Valley was not like put underneath the sea with an ancient weapon usage. Emu left and was like, erase that shit. Can't cancel that island real quick. It's all about the mass, Garp. The mass, what are you talking about? Armament Haki can normally counter Devil Fruit abilities, and I'm using Conqueror's Haki coding to boot, so there's no way my attacks aren't doing anything. Huff huff. It's also because he's using Conqueror's Haki to guard himself. It's not a surprise we'd cancel each other out. Exactly. If we don't overcome that, the damage won't go through. We'll lose sooner or later if we keep trading blows like this. So this is an even fight. Dami Reversi is like I'd assume that Rox and Roger would be toe-to-toe and Rox and Garp would be toe-to-toe. Like, I assume all three of these guys are like evenly matched. When you throw the Dami Reversi on there, it's like, I guess if their attacks were getting through. Hold on. Because if they were actually even in the scenario, like the two of them versus Rox, then they also would be able to coat themselves with Conquerors, and that would also cancel out. So either these two don't know how to cancel themselves out, or these two either don't know how to coat themselves with Conqueror's Haki, and they only know the offensive version of implementing that, or Rox in his attacks has that ability to overcome their Conquerors. He's got that next level of Conqueror's Haki that they have not understood yet. So we'll lose sooner or later if we keep trading blows like this. We simply can't match a monster in a battle of attrition. So the next time we use Conqueror's Haki, we should channel all of our mass into it. Oh, all of our mass into it? So yeah, this is Garp. So the next time we use Conqueror's Haki, we should channel all of our mass into it. Huff huff. Yeah, don't worry about how crippling the aftermath will be. If we do that, we probably won't survive this. Either way, I'll take all three of us. Either way, it'll take all three of us out of commission. Huff huff. And if we don't land this, it's all over. Rox is back. Hey, Rox. I don't know if there's any words that'll comfort you at this point. I don't even know what's happened to you. But I do know one thing. I can feel your frustration. You got Rox sobbing. No, dripping, ugly crying. We got Rox ugly crying. He's still got a missing tooth, so shout out to them for doing that, I think. Damn, bro, this is sad as fuck. I want someone to color this page, though. Rox completely, like, in tears. This is an amazing shot. Translator note, Kagutsuchi is the Shinto god of fire. Why does Kagutsuchi sound very familiar? Like a Bleach term? Kagutsuchi is a Bleach Zanpakuto. It is God of Flames, is a spirit manifestation of Kushina Kawaru's. No, this is a filler person. Kagutsuchi Naruto. Oh, it's a Mangekyo Sharingan technique by Sasuke that allows him to manipulate black flames of Amaterasu. Okay, so Kagutsuchi is okay. That's where I've heard that word before, or that name, or that term. This is no time for tears, you dolt. You've even got Roger holding back tears or wiping tears real quick. Infinitum, I guess. Vo. Okay, so we've got Kagutsuchi's ace and infinitum. Jesus Christ, what is this word? Infinitum. So we've got Kagutsuchi's ace and infinitum explosion. And it looks like Roger, or not Roger, it looks like Rox is about to laugh here, which is weird. Explosion. Oh, this is the end of the chapter. Oh! Garp is pulling out the Gum Gum Gatling. But the Garp style of it. And clearly this confirms, because I heard someone say this confirms that this is Roger's sword ace. Because he's not using an attack called ace. The world government tried their best to bury this incident in shadows. However, the disbanding of the chaotic crew led by Rox D. Zebek would leave an undeniable echo. The Rox pirates destabilized an entire area. Oh, an undeniable echo. The Rox pirates destabilized an entire area, and the tremors of their legacy would continue to shake the world. That's true. That is true. A legendary incident uncovered. One Piece, chapter 1165, end break next week. Okay, so with the narrator's note here, I assume that this is the end of the God Valley flashback here. We might have like a little bit next chapter of the aftermath, but we're not seeing the rest of this fight, I think. I think this is it. Let me go into prediction mode. First off, 10 out of 10 chapter. The Garp and Roger back and forth alone, getting to see these two talk friendly and just try to like wrap their head around what's happening in front of them. Seeing Rayleigh and Gabon pull back up to the island to see if they can help in any way. I wonder what they're going to be doing when they come back. Oh no, this is not the, oh my God. All right. So review real quick and then I'll do predictions. 10 out of 10 chapter. Man, seeing these three go back and forth, and this is an actual fight. The fact that we have a full-on fight which, you know, I guess you had to have guessed we were going to do. I think I guessed that last week. Like, this was going to be the one fight that we got this week, or this entire flashback, instead of clashes with everyone. This is going to be the one full-on fight that we saw, which is true. So thank you, Oda, for showing up in that fashion. I'm not surprised. I'm just very delighted. Yeah, it's still 10 out of 10. I was going to say maybe it's a 9 out of 10 because of some of the contrivances of the other people getting away here. But, yeah, I think even with that, this is still a 10 out of 10. Just because we got so much Roger and Garp and Rox. And, you know, it cancels it out. Just like the Conqueror's Hockey cancels it out. This cancels it out. Yeah, but and either, even though some of this, like most of this fight is useless because they're doing no damage to Rox, and it's gonna end with with one clash basically. It's still amazing. Still an amazing chapter. This is like it's like when Luffy pulled back up and was like, Kaido, I figured it out. You're coding your shit in Conquerors, aren't you? And Kaido's like, you got it. You can't do it, and then Luffy does it, but this is like that moment, but just extended for me, like in terms of how I felt when I first saw that. You know, you got these two realizing we're gonna have to do something else. We're gonna have to get creative here. Damn though. But yeah, I can feel your frustration. Like, Rox wants nothing more than just to die right now. This is an amazing. This shot alone makes this a 10 out of 10 chapter. The shot of Rox here. An amazing shot. Amazing shot. Yeah, this is no time for tears, you dolt. Sorry, Roger is spinning his sword here? Goro. I wonder why Goro is the hiragana there. Yeah, we've got new named attacks from Roger and Garp. So they're using their strongest things here. Oh no, they are wiping. Hold on. I was so focused on reading the narrator stuff here. Yeah, no, they are. You can see like the light. You can see them actually piercing through Rox here. Like they're finishing him off here. So maybe, hold on. Let me not get to. Yeah. My only. Let me finish the review part. Amazing chapter. Love seeing these two go back to back. Love seeing, you know, even though Rox is not necessarily talking here, I still appreciate that because I don't want him talking shit to them. Like I said, I don't want his legacy to be soiled. By him, like, you know, being a mindless puppet for Imu. He is a mindless puppet for Imu, but he's not like Dory and Bragi mindless. He has integrity. And then seeing these two figure it out is an amazing thing. That's the best part to me. Like, we haven't really gotten to see inside Roger's head or even inside the psyche of Garp. And with the little that we got, it was more than enough. Like, we got to see how Roger thinks a little bit, trying to figure this out, trying to figure his way out of this situation. We got to see Garp basically solidify the reason why he's staying in the Marines, which is to help the new generation, to help the little guy, because he has to be that hero for them. And then we also got confirmation on how Garp becomes known as the hero of the Marines, which is most likely going to be through word of mouth, through those other Marines that he's staying on board to protect, because the incident as a whole gets erased. And even though the mountains itself of God Valley is cooked, I don't see this island basically sinking into the ocean after this. So it seems like the way that the world government covers this up is just by lying about it or by never mentioning it again. And the only reason why it's still even known about to this day is because, as the narrator says at the end, the people who were involved in this ended up becoming famous anyway. So, you know, I just wonder how now Big News Morgans will fall into this. Like, is he going to have interviews with Marines? Like, how does the news cycle of this, you know, push this story out anyway? Yeah, Either way, it's gonna take all 3 of us out of commission. I love this chapter, man. It sucks that we're gonna get a break next week, but Oda deserves a 2-week break after what he's done here, you know? It seems like they cut through. Also, you know what I just realized? Like, Rox was... No, yeah, I said this earlier, but I have to retract it now. Rox was on another level from Garp and Roger here. Because this is their first time cutting into a Dami Reverse Seed or like a Celestial Dragon, like cutting into an immortal being. In Dami Reverse Seed form, Rox is immortal because, you know, they can't cut through him, whatever. And then but we also saw earlier, a couple chapters back, Rox was able to cut through Garling like nothing. He one-shotted Garling, which means that he was definitely stronger than Roger and Garp here. Because he was able to apply that technique to his sword, like a step above Conqueror's Haki Coding. So since this is them realizing that they have to like put their whole body weight or their whole mass into their attack, that means that they're not strong enough to handle this for like a long term. Rox was, because he packed up Garling like nothing, twice basically. He did it on the run with his wife and kid, and then when he actually pulled up by himself, he did it like nothing. So he definitely was on another level. So him getting the boost from Dami Reversi on top of that must have, like, this was extreme diff for sure. For them, not for Rox. The only extreme diff for Rox here was holding back tears, which he failed at. But I don't blame him, man. This is crazy. Zoo. So, zoo, ba. Those are the hiragana there. Legendary incident uncovered. So God Valley's still around, which means like someone's gonna have to pull up on it, man. It didn't get wiped off the map. It just got erased from history. So, yeah, dude. Yeah, man. I just really feel bad about the other Rox pirates here. It just seems it's in character for like the quote unquote fodder or like the lesser Rox pirates to be like, yo, we got some treasure, we're getting the heck out of here. Fuck whatever's going on over there. We got a boat, we got an escape route, we've got a couple billion berries to work off of here. Let's go start our own empires. I like Whitebeard's departure here, and that's probably a little bit of a bias here, but that's only because he's got Marco's dad here. Otherwise, he's in the same boat as Kaido and Big Mom. Like, they're like, oh, we're just gonna leave. It's like, why are you guys leaving? Did you get hit that hard by Rox to be like, nah, actually, I don't want anything to do with what's about to happen on this island? Whitebeard seemed like he was not really willing to fight anyway from the get, because you could see he put up his arm last chapter instead of his spear, whatever the heck that's called. So maybe he was like, this is too much for me, I'm out. But Kaido and Big Mom, yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. I guess it does. It's still contrived. It just feels like, because it only feels contrived because I have to like look at it a specific way, at a very limited perspective, just to justify it. Which is that last chapter, Big Mom and Kaido were like, whoa, you're turning on us. And then instead of like fighting back, they were like, if he's turning on us, we're out. Which I guess makes sense from like a weaker perspective, if they realize like they will be clearly outclassed here and they don't want to fight Rox because then they risk not getting off of the island. So from that perspective, I can understand it. I guess Oda also set up that groundwork when he had Kaido, Big Mom, and Whitebeard running away from Garp, which was, they have a mission on here, which is to get some treasure, get Shaki, and get the hell off the island. So the second that, I think the boys are asleep now, so I can close that finally. Oh my God, am I like, sorry. Slightly low. Okay, I had to adjust my YouTube camera because I feel like I'm actually just. Oh no, I'm good. I'm good to go. So yeah, Oda kind of set this up for them to just basically be thieves, or this to be a big old heist job. So from that perspective, I'm not mad at it. I don't see it as too contrived. Yeah, I just kind of dislike how quickly the side character stuff wrapped up. But I still understand, right? Like you can only pace you can't spend too much time on these other moments. And these will hopefully be fleshed out in the anime. Like I assume that Oda's working more closely with the with Toei Animation to be like, hey, these are moments that I didn't really get to spend enough time on in the manga. Let me spend some more time on. Please spend some more time on them in the anime, and have some more emphasis on these moments specifically, and try to flesh out these moments in this specific way. But still, some of it does still feel contrived. Like we have, I didn't even realize that she had fishnets on. We have Baking here, who's asking where Newgate's at. That's the person that you love, and she's like, "All right, can't find him. I'm out." Okay, so we set that up. We set that relationship up for nothing, basically. Or I guess we just added a little bit more to that dynamic here in this flashback, so that when we get to Weevil, we'll finish it there. This is not Baking's time to shine. Oh look, we've also got in front of Ganzui, we've got the Goth Girl's fruit, whose name I keep forgetting. What's her name? Perona. Keep forgetting. Yeah, we got Perona's fruit here. So all the fruits that are like relevant in today's age are pretty much like will continue to be relevant. Like it just makes me think like how many fucking devil fruits are actually out there? Like if we're seeing so many repeats on God Valley, you know? No, yeah. You know what does mitigate the 10 out of 10 being forced down a couple of notches? It's this moment with Dragon. Seeing Dragon here, turning the fuck up on his superior, that alone undoes anything that feels contrived. Because this is a quick moment for. Well, actually, no. Dragon has had a lot more fleshing out than any of the other Rocks pirates. So I was gonna say something stupid. This whole Emu thing, yeah. I guess Emu's like I can't really like pay more attention to this. He still got control of Saturn in this form though, in his normal form, which is very weird to me. I'm like, okay, why did you have to be a big old gloop on his back when he was in hybrid form? But like you're just taking over his eyes. Like so he can control. I don't know. Emu's powers are weird. That's how I'll put that. We'll learn more about it. Yeah, man. Some serious moments here. As for next chapter though, I guess we do. This next chapter is going to be like the wrap up of it. I don't think we're going to see any more fighting. This has to be the last attack. And maybe we'll see like a death scene for Rocks where he's like fading out and some of the Dami reverse he kind of wears off, hopefully through like, I was going to say hopefully through being far enough away from Emu, but that's not possible. Emu can do that, from wherever. So maybe they do enough damage to him that like he just actually starts to fade out, and then we get like a nice little death scene. He talks to Roger and Garp. And then I assume the three of them will be laid out on the ground next chapter, considering that Roger said he's gonna put his all into this, and all three of them will become incapacitated after this point. I assume next chapter all three of them will be laid out on the ground, and then Rayleigh and Gabon will be there to like, save Roger and Garp, take them off the island. And then, big part here, maybe Harold comes through. Like we get Roger and Garp out of here. maybe they can't take Rox with them because of the threat that he poses in case he turns back into that form. But we get Harold to pull back up and see the aftermath and go, "Whoa, this is what the world government did." And then he sees like, Rox there. That's my prediction, is that we do get Harold next chapter on God Valley in some way, shape, or form. And that we transition back to the throne room stuff, like halfway in maybe. Jesus Christ, man! But 2 weeks. Oh my God! So 2 weeks. That means that. Wait. No, damn! I can't put out the God Valley analysis yet, because we still have one more chapter to go. I was saying that next break week I would put out the God Valley analysis video, because I've been working on it. But even though it's gonna be a break week next week, we're gonna get one more chapter. We're gonna get some more of God Valley at the end of this, so I can't do that. I'm gonna have to find something else to put out. We'll figure it out. Anyway. Yeah, that's it for me. This is an amazing chapter. I love this. I wish that TCB still had comments under its chapters, because I love seeing those comments directly underneath the scan translations or the scanlations. Shout out to Dragon for looking out for the little guy. Shout out to Roger for figuring it out. Last thing on Dragon. Sorry. Last thing on Garp. I've been making the argument on TikTok basically all of this week that there's a difference. I'm not making an argument because this is true. There's not an argument that needs to be made. But I've been focusing in on the fact that the Marines and the world government are two completely separate entities. The only thing that binds them is the fact that the world government controls them from the shadows. The world government has final say on how everything goes. So, the fact that Garp is going, wow, look at this hellish form. Look at that thing that was here earlier that took over one of the elders. That thing stands in the face of justice. Or it, what is exactly his words here? Sorry, did you know the government had ties to that black monster? Seems like an affront to justice. And then Roger agrees. I'm with you there. So, Garp sees the government as something that's being controlled by some evil thing. He does not recognize that as justice, but he also makes sure to differentiate that the Marines are a completely separate entity. And that's the whole thing I've been trying to basically shoehorn into everyone's brains, which is that these are clearly two separate things. They work. One works for the other, but Marines operate completely different than the world government. The only time the Marines operate the same as the world government is when they're given direct orders to do things. Otherwise, they work as a completely different. They work completely differently. And you have Garp here basically acknowledging this. After he's seen everything that he's seen, he still goes, "Nah, I still think I think the Marines are still worth protecting. The Marines themselves, the little guys." And about one page before. Yes, one whole page before, we have Dragon doing the opposite, holding a Marine accountable. Going, hey, this is like, do you condone this? Not, why are you doing this? You directly, do you condone what just happened on this island? Meaning you did not have the say in it, but you do have a choice to disobey these orders. And obviously most of these Marines are like, yo, I'm not doing that. I'm not turning up. But Dragon feels differently. So it's still great to get there side by side. Even though they haven't talked this chapter, Oda has still done us the favor of, I guess, juxtaposing their two different worldviews, which is great. I love that. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say. Everything else I'll put into a short. I'll put out a review. You'll see me in the next couple of days. Thank you guys for watching. I'll upload this in just a second. Oh my god, I forgot to record the stream. It's cool. It's cool. We're good. I recorded myself in full screen, so we're good to go. Damn, I forgot to record the stream though. That's ass. All good. Hopefully it uploads to YouTube nicely. Let me see. Let me see how this looks in full screen. Yeah, we'll be okay. Thank you so much. Oh, live will end in 5 minutes. Okay, we out of here. Couldn't verify. Dude, what? All right, cool. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Ben. My name is Bife. I'm Kevin Hart. Sorry. Thank you so much for watching. My name has been. My name is Vife. I'm Kevin Hart. Funny, I did it again, but accidentally this time.